Hi, hello, welcome to Disco Wednesday, monthly reading sprints. I decided to do a little switcheroo. So now the second Wednesday of this month is reading sprints, and next week or the week after will be our book club discussion. But we're here to hang out, do some productivity sprints. Tell me what you are reading, what you are doing, how's your week going? I want to know all of the things. I haven't actually done a reading sprint in a couple of months, so I feel like we have much to catch up about. It's been a very good, chill, productive day at the Casa 7 Pages. That is, I don't know if you can hear Sunday, but she's like just now started sipping on her water. Of course, as soon as I hit record, she may make an appearance. Does she grace us? There she is. Sunday 7 Pages, everyone. Yes. She has been, I don't know like what it is, or if it's like the weather or like little doggy intuition, but she has been the most lovey-dovey, cuddly little creature the last couple of weeks. And she's usually not, she's like kind of more of a cat a lot of times, where she likes her space. Like she likes attention only on her terms. But recently she's just been such a little cuddle bug, which I love. We're benefiting fully from the cuddle bug vibes. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna read. I think it's gonna be some kind of audio book situation because what I want to do is listen to my audiobook and play iPad games. This is my favorite, like grandmotherly, or maybe more like 9-year-old child-y activity, is to listen to a book or a podcast while I play silly games on my iPad. So it's just determining which audiobook we listen to is the question. Uh, Rachel, mystery guest. There might be some friends hopping in later. Well, we shall see. This is very, very chill, casual sprint vibes. So, stay tuned. Hello, 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 and hello. I don't know what I'm going to read either. I'm so glad. What are the options? We can all help each other decide. I'll tell you the audiobooks currently in my library because I had 3 separate Libby holds come in today. So that's the 6 planets in retrograde type of chaos that we're getting, among other things. Planning on doing my nails while listening to Punch Me Up to the Gods. Oh, that's a good idea. I've been thinking constantly about how I haven't had my nails done in a while. I may or may not copy you. We'll see. Let's just say I'm ready for the weekend already. It has really been like one of those weeks. I cannot believe it's the 14th, 2 weeks into the month. I swear September 1st was like 2 days ago, but that's fine. It's fine. It's that time of year. Like the last couple months of the year always just fly by. And then I tell myself every year, I'm going to appreciate it more. I'm going to take my time next year. It's really, I just need to catch my breath. Don't mind me crying at the end of the audiobook for 10 Steps to the Net by Hannah Gadsby, now to pull myself together for my meee sci-fi arc. This is endurance. I love that you're just like having a good cry and then moving right along. You got to do what you got to do. Like I love a good like palate cleanser, although I don't know if meee sci-fi is the palate cleanser that you want, but maybe it's the satisfaction of crossing it off the list, I guess. Usually my palate cleanser is like a fun romance. And by fun romance, I mean specifically Legends and Lattes. I want to read that book like 12 more times. Reading The Sunbearer Trials. I want to read that so bad. Or Middle Grade, also a great palate cleanser. Libby always does me so dirty. I swear. I was just telling, I think this was last week during happy hour when Haley was on and we were talking about Libby. They usually give you like a few days to actually borrow the books. Like they'll send you the notification, your book is on hold, come and borrow it. And I swear I saw the notification in the afternoon and then I went to check on it that night and it had already lapsed my hold. Like Libby always They have something out for me, I swear. But yeah, today I got in 3 separate ones. Let's see. I opened the app and then did not tell you what they were. Okay, so I have 2 audiobooks out right now. No, 2 ebooks out and 3 audiobooks out. I have, here's the options. I have Golden Sun that came in today on audio. I have Only Human on audio, and I have Fevered Star on audiobook. All 3 were on my September TBR, and all 3 I'm eagerly anticipating. They also all 3 have very similar covers. Please advise, because I don't know. I don't even know what I'm in the mood for. I just need a good book to play with my iPad games. So glad I found some sprints going on. My day wasn't all that good, so this is making it a little better. I'm so glad. Sometimes that's what you need. You just need some sprints, some good vibes, get into a book. Reading Bunny. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm the last person in the universe to have not read Bunny. And originally when all the hype was going around, I didn't think that I would like it. I don't know if I'm a dark academia girl, but I am like a culty girl. And I have heard both and or one of the other. Like dark academia, I just keep hearing it's so weird. It's so weird. It's so weird. And I like weird books. So I feel like I'm going to end up trying Bunny one of these days. Hi, Paige. I'm starting Eat Your Heart Out by Kelly DeVos. I don't know what this is, but I hope you love it. I'm going to look it up. Month is going way too fast. I know. I only realized that it was going so fast because my birthday is next week, and my boyfriend was like, yesterday, he's buying me a new pair of shoes for my pole dance class. If you didn't know, I teach pole dancing. And I've been wanting a new pair of like pole heels, and he's like, pick out the ones you want and I'll order them for your birthday. And I was like, great. I swear that was like 2 days ago. And then he just said yesterday, hey, like, did you decide which shoes you want so that we can order them in time for your birthday? And I'm like, what? We have like 3 weeks. No, we don't. We have like 5 days, but it's really snuck up on me. I don't know where the time is going. Genuinely considering DNFing the sci-fi in favor of anything else. This sounds like a great reason to DNF. If you want to read anything else, that's even like a soft DNF. How many books are on my currently reading shelf? Like at least a dozen? Let's expose myself. Go to my story graph. Oh, it's such a problem. I'll tell you guys, do not let me make a December TBR, because I keep telling myself that my plan for December is just to read all the books on my currently reading shelf on Storygraph, which is 13. It says I'm currently reading 13 books. So, just leave it as currently reading, but start something else, and then it'll stay in your currently reading forever, and you don't have to call it a DNF. That's my pro tip for you. 40% is supposed to be sci-fi retelling of Beowulf, and so far the only similarity is there's a creature called Grendel. Ugh. There's such a fine line on retellings sometimes. Like, I don't want it to be scene for scene, but I want there to be something, Like, what retelling did I read that I was so underwhelmed by recently? Oh, Gilded by Marissa Meyer is like a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, and it was like the fact that it was a retelling made it a better book. Like, had it not been a retelling, had that just been the story, I would have been so deeply underwhelmed. But it was still like so meh. And usually I'm like the retelling girl, so I feel you there. There is nothing worse than a bad retelling. Reading the 5th season. I am not clear what's happening yet. 110 pages in. I'm intrigued but confused. This is not my usual jam. It is strange, and being confused is right where you're supposed to be. I definitely was confused the entire time until like the very, very end, and it is the most mind-blowing ending. I think about it all the time. But if you're not a big like fantasy sci-fi reader, it might be really confusing like more so. But I would say just trust, like just go along for the ride. It will all make sense in the end. Oh my gosh, I love that book. I love that book. I vote Fevered Star. Okay. Okay. I mean, you don't need more to convince me, really. So far, Bunny Vibes are much more culty than Dark Academia. I'm gonna end up reading Bunny. Monique read it this summer when I visited Christine and Mo in LA earlier. Mo was finishing up her read of Bunny, and it was like watching her finish that book was such a joy, because I remember we were at this pool and Christine and I were just like hanging out, you know, poolside reads, vibing, whatever. And Monique is like, has isolated herself. She's like, nobody talk to me. I have 20 pages left of Bunny. And it was just the most perfect moment, because we're just like having this like summer poolside moment. And Monique is like, I have to finish my culty, confusing, weird book. It was perfect. TBH, not worth finishing. Well, there's your answer. You know, this is all the signs that you need. Retelling can be so good, but this is both a bad retelling and honestly bad, overly jargony sci-fi. That is, this is like what gives sci-fi, I think, a bad rep. Like people sometimes feel like it's intimidating or confusing or like too sciencey. Like you can very easily have an approachable, easy to understand sci-fi. I just filmed a video like right before the sprints, where I was talking about a book that is very technical, like involves literal astronauts and space travel, but it is so easy to understand and such a quick and fun read that it pisses me off when some sci-fi books are too jargony. It feels like the writer is relying on their jargon or their expertise of a certain thing to make the book seem better than it is. Does that make sense? It's like, well, I can use these big words. I know about this specific sciencey thing, so you're going to overlook the bad plot or the bad writing or whatever. And that's a red flag for me, you know? I feel like true expertise, you can explain things in layman's terms and have a good plot. Is that too much to ask for? This is my rant, but I'm with you. I'm on your side. Yes, it's not going to get any better, is it? See? DNF. Just DNF. I'm reading Hex Appeal, a witchy romance arc. 'Tis the season for witchy romances. I really want to read, gosh, what's the one that just came out? A Gentlewoman's Guide, something like A Gentlewoman's Guide to Witchcraft. It's like some like witchy romance that I bought recently. And then I also have the sequel to Payback's a Witch that came out earlier this year. It's called From Bad to Cursed. Those are my two witchy romances. I think I'm going to save them for October, though, but I'm definitely in the mood for like a good fall witchy romance. It's like I just eat those up. I love the vibes. I love the atmosphere of like a witchy romance. There is some interesting development with his brother, but not enough to redeem the book. Call it. What's that TikTok sound? It's been 20 seconds. Call it. You are so cute. There should be frog stickers. I wonder if I can make them. Like, you know how in Twitch, when you're streaming, you can like make custom stickers and stuff? I'm going to have to look into that. I'll just give you a bunch of like frog stickers and disco stickers and cowboy stickers. That's all we would need. But thank you for this. You were the cutest and the sweetest. I'm definitely taking this as my sign to set it down and pick it up. Okay, so now what are you picking up? What are the palette cleanser options? The true palette cleanser options. We need to know. Just made my night. Glad I could help. Excellent. Speaking of the sprints, are we feeling long sprints? Long sprints meaning like 30 to 45 minutes? I'm thinking I'll probably be here around 3 hours. Like I might go until 9 Pacific-ish. I still have to cook some dinner eventually. But it's not like I'm going to be, you know, I'm just listening to an audiobook and playing my iPad games, but I need more thoughts. Do I just read Fevered Star? I have Fevered Star. What was the other two? I already forgot. Fevered Star, Only Human, and Golden Sun. So that's Golden Sun is after Red Rising, is like a space opera sci-fi. Only Human is the third in the Themis Files, is robot robot political sci-fi. And then Fevered Star is after Black Sun, is a fantasy series. I don't know. So much potential. Last night I read all of Ice Planet 4, so I wasted my palate cleanser by reading it too early. Well, can you just read Ice Planet 5? Aren't there like 30 books in the series? You know, just keep it keep it going. I bought a while back, I bought the bind up of the first 4 or 5 books on my Kindle. Still haven't touched it. I told Christine I would read them, and I mean it. I'm going to read them. They just keep sitting there. But maybe I should save them for when I need a good palate cleanser after all of these sci-fi fantasy books I'll read. But I say just continue with Ice Planets if you have the book or the access to it. I think, let me find my timer. You feeling like 45 minutes? I think that's a good happy medium time. 45. Okay. I'm trying to pace myself, waiting to read them until the pretty editions come out. That's fair. That's fair. That's a good way to pace yourself. I do love that they're like redoing those covers to make them look more, well, I guess now they are traditionally published, but it feels very on the nose, but so pretty. I love the new art on those covers. It definitely makes me want to read them more. So it works. It works. I am going to share my screen so we can kick off our first little sprint. And we will be off to the races. I don't even know. I have too many decisions to make. I think I'm going to start Fevered Star. That's one decision. And also probably play my coloring app game. Color by numbers. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay. I will see you back in 45 minutes. Read whatever your heart desires and not what you think you should read. You know? I'll leave you there. Hello. How's it going? How is the sprint? I got 12% into Fevered Star, and then my phone died like with 5 minutes left of the sprint, which is obviously how I was listening to the book. So that's charging. We will be all juiced up for the next sprint. It's really fun. It's really fun to be back in this world with these characters. I'm already having a blast. We got some more pals here. Hello, joining a bit late, trying to finish The Weight of Blood. Oh, I've already heard this is so good. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear what you think. That is so high on my list. That's on my hopefully my TBR next month too. I'm excited. Hello. Wow, takes one to know one. Happy that you're here, buddy. My friend Katie was so excited to get her birthday reading. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. That is so nice to hear. That reading in particular was like, sometimes there's just like a really extra juicy one, and that one was one of those. That was a really cool one. Hi Laura, I don't know if you're still here, but I appreciate the vibes. And I'm sending them right back to you. Gina's here. Dinner ran late, but better late than never. Exactly. Honestly, like 5 minutes before I went live at 6, I quite literally inhaled a bowl of pasta because I knew I would be live. So, you got to nourish yourself, even if nourishment is leftover Alfredo pasta, which is pretty generous on the on the nourishment scale, but it was tasty. Hello? Got my nails done and made a chunk of progress in my book. Need to make dinner now. Good night. Wow, that is like such a productive, good self-care hour for you. I love it. Vish is here. Hello. What time is it in Australia? I can never remember the time difference, but good morning to you. Hello, I'm reading both the Saturday Night Ghost Club and Anxious People. I really liked Anxious People. I just told my mom the other day that I think she would like it because it's such a good, like a character-driven mystery. It's such a fun one, and it's very hard to explain. But I have not read the Saturday Night Ghost Club, but I hope that you're liking them. Joining late, I'll be reading Small Angels by Lauren Owen. I hope you love it. You guys are reading so many cool, different, like fun things. I love it. I picked up Of One Blood. You were on a sci-fi kick. Published in 1912 by an African-American woman, already a quarter of the way in. Elizabeth with the Rex. It sounds great. It sounds great already. The witchy romance has gone into the too much plot and extra unnecessary things and not enough romance. That is a big bummer. That's what, okay, but I feel like I might like it. I like the plot-driven romances. I think that's what a lot of my friends had complaints about Payback's a Witch, which was like a 5-star witchy romance for me, but there was like a lot of plot in Payback's a Witch, I thought. So I could see how people didn't like it, and I'm wondering if maybe that's just the thing with witchy romances, is they want to really get the witchy plot in there, I don't know. I don't know. It's 10 a.m. in Australia, about to edit some videos before class. Go you. Vish, you have such a good, like, what are your willpower secrets? Like, how do you stay on your routine? Like, I'm really good at making a plan. I have a great schedule. I have a great theoretical plan, theoretical routine, but the execution is where I fall apart. So that's what I'm working on. But I always admire, every time I talk to Vish, she's like, oh, I'm doing this like I do every week. It's part of my routine. Stunning, amazing. Love it. Hello. Anxious People was so good. I laughed, I cried. Exactly. All the best things, all the best ingredients. 40 pages read. That's pretty good. I think I read I guess I read for like 40 minutes on 2.5 speed. So quick maths is like exactly an hour of my audiobook. So that's probably around 40, 50 pages. Reading Nona, so excited. I hope you love it. I'm really about to go and Google all of these books that you guys are reading because I feel like I am behind. You gotta tell me what all these things are about. I still need to watch the TV show. I keep forgetting that's a TV show. I feel like no one talks about it, but I would be really interested to see how they adapted it. You know, it's one of those that could go either way. And I'm wondering if because I haven't really heard much, I don't know. I don't want to like put too much expectations on it, but I'm intrigued. Isn't it because what was it done in the original language? Like, is it dubbed in English or are there subtitles? Like, maybe that's why I haven't heard much hype. I could be making that up. I'm gonna have to check though. I switched to reading a romance. I got 10% in to After Hours on Milagro Street. Again, this sounds so fun. I'm gonna have to look it up. But I'm always in support of mood reading, switching around, going off with the vibes. You gotta. I'm loving Anxious People. I had to put it down to force myself to read physically. I feel you. I really go in waves. Over the summer, I did not read a lot of audiobooks, and usually I am the audiobook girl. And just this month, I've really come back to my audiobook roots, and I have not been as on top of my physical reading. So it's a constant balance, I think. I've been neglecting my routine for 3 weeks, so I'm trying to get back into it for the last couple of days. You know, honestly, this makes me feel seen. So it's nice. She bleeds, everyone. She's not the perfect routine lady, but yeah, getting back into it is hard, especially when you have a set school schedule that you have to build a routine into. That the struggle is real. Elizabeth is doing Sci-Fi September, hence the sci-fi. Right. I'm also doing Sci-Fi September, just more loosely as I start a not sci-fi. But it was part of like my series September TBR, you know, which I'm already very excited about. It's very satisfying just to think about checking off all these sequels I've been procrastinating. Plus just like all these series I've been so excited about that now I'm getting back into the world again. Like that's why series are so fun to begin with. I think reading the Greenbone Saga last month really reignited that in me. If you can hear Sunday feasting in the background, this is just her being attention seeking again. But getting like 50 plus audiobook hours of the same characters in the same world with just decades of lore and plot and juiciness made me remember how much fun like a well-written series really is. And so now I'm like really hungry for the same vibes. And favorite star, what's the series? Between Earth and Sky. Which, right? Between Earth and Sky, which I recently realized is, I think, an Octavia Butler quote. I don't know. It's like an iconic sci-fi writer quote. And I just put together the other day that Rebecca Roanhorse like named her series after that quote, which I think is just so cool. But yeah, series are fun when I can get myself to read them. It is subtitled. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I feel like I'd heard that and then it just left my brain. But I do still want to watch it. Just it has such potential to be such a cool adaptation. I had family visits, so I literally did nothing except spend time with them. That's so good though. You know, it almost feels like so radical to like drop everything and hang out with your loved ones, but you gotta refill your cup, hang out with your people. You're doing series September, which kudos, and more focus than bouncing around sci-fi subgenres. You know, I love making a plan again. Like I will make the plan, but following the plan is the tricky part. So the fact that I have a whole handful of books from the library and they are all on my TBR, like my actual TBR that I posted, is pretty amazing. Actually, that doesn't happen very often. So we're sticking to the plan this month. Hi, finishing off the fine print and then going to Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I am so intrigued by that book, but I know that I could not handle it. So I will be living vicariously through you and your enjoyment. But I've just heard enough reviews to know that my little wimpy butt could not handle it. But I like have the FOMO. I've heard it's great. 50 pages into Eat Your Heart Out. It's super quick and fun. The MC is fighting fat phobia and zombies. What a busy bee. Fat phobia and zombies. Like, you know what else? Might as well just pile it on. I love that. Did you enjoy Ice Planet? Yes, but pacing herself was, I think, the consensus. Favorites of the month so far. You know, I've really only read one book this month so far, outing myself. I'm, again, currently reading a bunch, like I'm in the middle of a bunch of them, but the only one I've actually finished, which is ridiculous because it's 2 weeks into the month, was Violets by Kyung-Suk Shin, which was not a great book, but I guess is my favorite of the month. And that was found in Translation Book Club. It's kind of like a slice of life literary fiction translated from Korean. And I didn't love it, but it really accomplished a cool idea, which was to kind of focus on the everyday women and giving a voice to their stories that don't often get their own novels. And the result was kind of a boring book, but that was kind of the point. So I had kind of mixed feelings about it, but I guess that's my favorite of the month so far, which is kind of silly. But we just had our live show yesterday on Brittany's channel, Literarily Smitten. If you want to know more about Violets, she liked it a little bit more than I did, but it was definitely an interesting, multifaceted read. Might be my favorite barbarian character yet. Wow. I need to get on it and read the series because, especially when Christine gets here, she will be happy to talk to you about all the barbarians. I need for the FOMO. I gotta know. I'm reading Tell Me Pretty Lies at 84%. Wow. You might finish that tonight, huh? How is Firekeeper's Daughter going? Oh, I guess Jean is reading multiple things. Or Jean was reading this last week at happy hour. I think that's what I'm remembering. Barbarian Mine might have potential because it's a Tarzan and Jane kind of situation. We do like Tarzan and Jane. The one I just finished. Did you say it was Barbarian 4? That's your new favorite? I'm going to have to cross-reference with Christine later. Loved hearing about Violets. I miss your wrap-ups. I miss doing wrap-ups. You know what's so silly is that I'm filming a gigantic wrap-up this week for like the last 6 months of reads because the last one I posted was in like March. And even that was a really big wrap-up. That was like the last tier ranking one that I did. I think what happened is I started all of these secret vlogs or like secret projects. And then I felt like I didn't want to talk about those books until the vlogs were done. And so then I would have had to skip them in a wrap up or not talk about them. And then I would just push it off a month. And then I never finished those vlogs or like some of those vlogs. And here we are with only having like one wrap up this year, which is outrageous. So there will be another one coming next week. You heard it here first. Because I realized the other day, oh my God, I haven't actually reviewed books on my channel in quite some time, which is so silly. So don't worry, you're going to get a big old long one next week. I just have to get it together and actually film it. Very George of the Jungle with copious sex scenes. What more could you want, you know? What's better than this? Just guys being dudes. Iconic vine that popped into my brain. Oh, yes, yes. Not this month, but next month it is my book club pick. So we'll be reading it next month for Sherzies. And Sid from Sid Bookworm, it's her book club pick this month. And then she's my guest for my book club next month. So there's going to be lots of babble going on. But I'm like so excited and so scared because it has so much hype. But at the same time, I feel like I have nothing to be worried about. It has all of the right ingredients for the making of a favorite book of mine. So I'm just going to have faith. I'm just going to trust that I'm going to love it. Ooh, I know. Out of all the Barbarian books, I guess we've only read a few of them so far. Loving Firekeeper's Daughter at 40%. I'm worried if I finish it too soon. My work book club is not until the last week of the month, so I'm afraid I'll forget it. You know, I feel so validated. I usually save my book clubs, you all know this, until like the very, very last minute in the 11th hour, to a fault. So I get it though, because then I get to have it fresh on the brain for book club. So there's a fine line. It's good to pace yourself probably with book clubs. The Barbarian in Barbarian Mine is the new fave. I really like book 3 and 4 best overall. I think that's what Christine thinks too. Remind me to ask her when she gets here, because she always says something like, just get through the first couple books, and then that's where the real party starts. Gigantic wrap up, yes. I know. I downloaded all of the book covers today to like do the prep for it. It's like, I wonder if I could pull up the folder and look at it. I mean, it's 6 months of reading, so it's probably around 30 books. It's gonna be a long one, but we're just gonna go with it. Gotta get on it. I love the girl from the third one. Oh my gosh, I need to do like a Barbarians reading vlog. I think would be so fun to just fully go after the Barbarian vibes and read and react to it, you know? Just having good old Barbarian love Ice Planet times. Both of the books I'm reading, Firekeeper's Daughter and Tell Me Pretty Lies, are both YA, and they have a grandma's mansion and murder. Also afraid I might start blending them. That is bizarre. I do that too, though. When I read books that are too similar together, then they will mix up in my brain. Also, a thing that's been happening recently is like just the last couple of months, I've been having super vivid, weird dreams, and I will blend dreams that I have with scenes from the books that I'm reading and vice versa. So then when I go to think about a book or talk about a book, I have to take a pause and think about, did I dream that? Was that actually a part of that book? It's pretty weird. That's never happened to me before, but trying not to get books confused with each other is a difficult thing, especially, I mean, like you and like me, where you read a bunch at the same time. The struggle. How are Wes and Sunday? So good. I know usually he's behind me gaming, but he's currently gaming at a friend's house right now. So it's just me and Sunday at home. And usually I have my bedroom baby gated. We don't actually have doors in this house. It's basically like a studio with extra walls. Literally the only door is the front door and the bathroom door. So there's no door into the bedroom. So we try to keep her out of the bedroom so she doesn't just lay on the bed all day. We want it to be like a treat, like when we're going to bed. But for whatever reason, I just like let her have free range, which is why she's not in here hanging out with me, because she's like, ooh, extra free time on the bed. So trust me, she's living her best life. I'm sure she'll come around and say hi again at some point. She popped in for a second at the beginning. Do It. It follows Harlow, who you meet in book 3, and she went with Kira to Elder's Cave. This is some juicy Ice Planet lore. I am loving it. Jack's bank account. Oh, the Barnes & Noble trip is in the future. Yeah, be careful, because the last time I went to Barnes & Noble, I had very strong intentions of only buying the one book that I was going for, and I left with more than one. So you got to be prepared. The very last minute sometimes being literally, I feel like you did that with Memory Librarian. Oh, me and Monique both did that with Memory Librarian. I finished it within an hour before the live show. Monique was the same way. That's usually how it goes. And even it's to the point where like Wes even knows if I say, oh, I have book club tonight, he'll go, so that means you're reading the book today. And I'm like, yes, shut up. Don't call me out like that. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Christine loves 2 and 4. Her favorite couple is book 2. That's Rahash, I'm assuming. I only know Rahash. Of all the characters' names, that's the only one that I know because of Christine. And because this is like so long ago now, but whenever Christine started reading the books, when they visited me this time last year and we filmed our first like collab videos together, there was this moment where we were trying to like guess characters or guess, I think it was the one on their channel where we had like the whiteboard, like book bestie or something, some kind of challenge. And Christine, every time I think about it, it makes me giggle. But there's just this clip of Christine going, Rahoosh, in that video. And it cracks me up because she's since said that it's Rahash. But Rahoosh is what I think of every time. And it makes me laugh. Do it. I would love that reading vlog. It's in the works. You should see my list of reading vlogs. It is endless. Also, we have a mystery guest in the wings.
Hi.
What's up? What's going
on? My computer decided to kill itself earlier today, so I'm on my tablet right now. So I'm a little bit this color. But hi. Everything's good. Everything is great. How are you?
Oh my god. Yeah, it really sounds like everything's good and great, buddy. Are you doing okay?
Doing okay. Doing all right. I heard you talking about reading vlogs, and I'm in the same boat as you as far as like there are like 7 in the works at any given moment at all times. There's so many.
There's so many. It goes back to me like we were talking before in the stream. Like I'm really good at making the plans. I love to make a plan. That's why I post a TBR every month and no wrap-ups ever. Like
that's the same way that I am. Where I'm like, I love to tell you what I want to do. It's just that when it comes down to being held accountable later in the month, where it's like, so did you do it? And you're like, listen,
yeah.
I read 1 of the books I said I was going to out of the 40 that I listed in my TBR, but then life kind of got in the way. And when it's the 6th month in a row of like, hey, I didn't do what I said I was going to do, then you're just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's the same vibe with reading vlogs. Like I have at least 2 or 3 that I started that I have half the footage for that I think I'm just going to abandon. And then I have 2 or 3 that are in the works that are actually going to happen and come to fruition. And then I have just an endless list of vlogs that I want to do. So it's
Can you tell us what you're abandoning? I'm very curious.
What am I abandoning? The main one that I'm abandoning, I think, is my women's prize vlog because now it's like 6 months past when the winner was announced and I still have only read like half the books.
That's like a lot of books still.
It was a bunch of them. But it's like by the time I'd finish it, it would be time for the next women's prize vlog probably. So I think I'm just going to call it and give myself more of a head start next year.
I mean, to be fair, it would still be like topical because I feel like every time I'm like, maybe I should just abandon this vlog. Then like something happens where I'm like, wait, now it's kind of topical again. Like, for instance, remember we did the Bookopolis reading sprints on Vish's channel? So I vlogged that and never posted it. So I was like, I'm never going to post this because it's been so long at this point. That was in like May or June. And then now it's currently September and it's Bookopolis month. And I'm like, it's sort of topical a little bit. It's almost like I've waited so long, it's come full circle again, where I could almost just post it. And it's like, it's sort of in the season once again. So I mean,
Yeah,
in
why
terms of
not?
women's prize, it's like, you know, if people are like, hey, the women's prize was just announced, I wonder what happened last year. You can be like, look no further. I've done all the work
Guess
for
what?
you. Here you go.
Yeah, it sucks because there's some clips that I really like, or like when I'm talking about those books that I really like. So I might slice and dice and put those in something else or somehow recycle them. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so that one I think I'm probably gonna give up on for
Mm-hmm.
now at least. And the other one that I think I'm just gonna cut my losses, which never really got off the ground anyway. But when I visited Christine and Mo in June, I took so much B-roll because I told them I was like, look, you are the queens of vlogging and B-roll specifically. Like I'm gonna while I'm here, I'm gonna take notes. I'm gonna do some B-roll. And then I was so focused on the B-roll that I did not say a single word. I did not say a single word or have an actual clip where I am speaking with my face in the camera. I got home and looked at all the B-roll. I was all excited, and then I'm like, I really
I
never
said
said
nothing.
a word.
I
So I
said zero
love
words.
it.
Okay, wait, wait,
Uh,
wait. But
yeah.
again, I actually like I realized that I really love doing like vlog style content where I talk to the camera like this, like in the future, and I'm like, then I did this, then we went there, then we did blah blah blah, and then afterwards I overlay it with the vlog B-roll content, and I'm like, wait, this is cute because I have like my little voiceover, but it's not a huge amount of effort to then like watch the whole thing and be like, now we're doing this. Okay, I guess this clip's kind of long. Okay, now we went to this restaurant or whatever. But if you just say like, we did this, we did that, we did that, da, 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 and then like throw the clips on top, it feels like a cute little like I don't know what it is, but for some reason, like because it's already there as the audio track, just laying the stuff down feels more fun or something
I
after the
get what you're
fact.
saying. Yeah, I get you. I think that's what
So,
I'm trying to do in my normal vlogs now is like doing the intro, like have the intro be like the last piece of the
hmm.
vlog, if that makes sense, which is
Oh,
funny because now
interesting.
after I dyed my hair, it becomes very obvious that I did it that way anyway, where I can't even hide it anymore because the rest of the clips are like me blonde, and then
That's
you
why
see
I'm
me in
afraid to
a
dye
different
my
light.
hair because I've been thinking
Yeah,
about doing it, but I'm like, I can't do any vlogs. I have to finish all my videos first and then I
I
can do
I
it.
realized way too late, and then later was like, well, I'm just gonna have to fess up that I didn't film this part. So
Every single video just has to be a different hat that you
yeah,
wear. Be like, hey, everybody, here's the next content.
it's the silly hat vlog.
Exactly.
Very
Um,
vlog. Yes,
yes.
I know. I keep talking about it. I do want to do it. It's on the list, and it's high on the list.
Mm,
Uh, oh, that could be it. That could be
wow.
it. Because I did have COVID in June, right
That's
after I
right.
visited the roomies. I don't know if this might be like right before you hopped in, but I was saying that sometimes I've been having recently like super weird, vivid dreams that
Oh, no.
are inspired by the books that I've been reading. So I have to like
Are
think
are
about
they like cool or are they like annoying? Like, do you know what, if you have a dream and it's just too stressful and you're like, I want to wake up now?
oh, most of them are like kind of cool. It's like it's not like nightmares. It's just been like I wake up and I'm like, that really came out of my brain, but okay, like kind of interesting.
Wait, this is
Um,
perfect because NaNoWriMo's coming up.
I
You
know.
just
I keep thinking I need to be like journaling and writing them down. Like have like a very art schoolish short story collection inspired by my COVID dreams. I think would
yeah,
be a
COVID
weird
dreams.
thesis project, but
Yeah,
yeah, bizarre. It could maybe I'll just blame it on them being COVID dreams because that at least makes it make sense.
it makes it okay.
At least we have a bathroom door. That's a must have. Yeah, my house doesn't have doors, but it has the essential ones. I guess we have a slider to the back porch also. That's the other essential.
A way out and a way into the bathroom. That's
A
all
way
you
out
need.
and a way in, and privacy when you poop. That's all we really need.
That's all you need.
The world building an ice planet is pretty solid. Not gonna lie. You're
It
not the
is.
first one to say this. Like
It's
I've
pretty
heard it's pretty
solid.
good.
It is.
Just finished, gone to see the Riverman, and it was quite a lot. I love this review. It was
It's
quite a lot.
quite a lot. Well, now I'm intrigued.
What were some disappointing books you read this year? Wow, just in time for Rachel to join us.
Don't
What's the
even
last
get me
disappointing book?
started. Okay, wait.
Pick one.
Let me pull out the receipts. Let me think about this one. I don't know. I will say, I feel like, in all seriousness, it's been like a really long time since I've had a great like 5-star book in a while. So even though I've had actually like a good amount of like good and great 3 and 4-star reads, it just feels like it's been a while since such a good one that by comparison, everything feels like a little disappointing that it wasn't a 5-star read.
Yeah.
So that being said, what was disappointing? Like I was excited for it and it didn't work out. I mean, I wasn't that hyped for it, but I did read The Maidens just recently by Alex Michaelides, and that was fine, but not amazing.
Okay.
I also, unpopular opinion, only gave Ophelia After All like 3 stars. I thought it was also just like good, but most people give that one like full favorite of the year, 5 stars and whatnot. And I'm more in the boat of like, these kids were a little annoying.
Interesting. Yeah, that one I haven't read that one either yet.
Yeah.
I think my last disappointing read was, I think I mentioned it before too, Gilded by Marissa Meyer.
Oh, interesting.
Hopes for it, and it was just like so meh. It was just like very like skip it. It was like fine, but it really wasn't mind blowing. Am I going to read the sequel? Yes. Am I going to
The
order
cover
the
looks
special
cool.
edition? Yes. The book is beautiful, but the content left some things to be desired. But that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
I go to Barnes and Noble with a list of books, and then I end up with 6 books, and it costs like $90. I feel you. I feel you. The last time I went, I had a gift card, and that was my saving grace. I'm like, I know I have a $50 limit, so we have to restrain ourselves. But other than that, used books is my way to go if I can.
Do you ever see that show where it's like, I think it's a Japanese show where like they send out a small child with a list of like an errand list, and they have like a big flag coming out of their bag
I
where they're
know what you're
supposed to
talking about, but I
go on a little
haven't.
errand. I haven't really like watched the show, but I've seen like a parody of the show. But it just feels like that's us every time we go into Barnes and Noble. It's like I came here to get one book, but
Yes.
by accident I picked up 12. And by the time I reached the counter, I didn't realize I was here for 4 hours. And I didn't get the thing I was looking for at all.
Yes.
Every time.
That is exactly the vibe.
Every time.
Oh God.
Which beverages are you
Well, I have a mead in front of me. I
nice?
have a LaCroix, also half drank in front of me, and I have normal water bottle also in front of me. That's the beverage trilogy of the day.
I have 2 waters. Oh, I don't even think you can see them. A water and another water. Just believe me. I got 2.
It's like I Spy.
It really is.
One.
All my junk next to me.
Nice.
But that's my vibe.
The whiteboard challenge was such a fun video. Yeah, good time. Good time. I can't believe that was a year ago.
I know, that was so long ago, but it feels like just watching it. I don't know. It was very nostalgic to watch again.
Crazy. I know. Hello, how are you today? So good. Chilling. Drinking my beverages. Having a good time.
Drinking 3 beverages at once, you know.
3 beverages at once.
It's a regular day.
Hello, Rachel. Mystery guest. The beach babe in the flesh. Yes, ma'am. Is the mystery guest back with you?
Wait. I can't tell which side the camera's on. I think Casey gave this to me, actually. I'm pretty sure. God. Just gave her to me. She's like, here you go. And I was like, I was here to give you a birthday present, but instead I've received a Peppa Pig. So thank you.
Hi. I also filmed a vlog and never released it. Well, now you can like collab it.
Spill. Tell us what's the vlog.
Well, is this Bookoplathon? Because Vish is also like currently actively doing September Bookoplathon, which I love. It's like every time Vish posts a story, I'm like, ooh, what's the role? What's she gonna get?
What's it gonna be?
Hello.
Hello.
I would still watch a women's press
I
vlog.
would
It's not
too.
all of them. Okay, this is good to know. Good to know because I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with the footage. Maybe I'll just put it in the intro of next year's vlog. I don't know, little pre-promo or something when it comes back around again. It gives me more time to read them.
I
It
feel
was
like
such a fun
I'm
project, but it ended up being I like bit off a little bit more than I could chew, I think, with the deadline I set for myself.
yeah, because I feel like I'm always excited to read like way too many books for a single vlog. But if I actually vlog about like 2 books, it's still like 45 minutes, and I'm like, this doesn't track well. This is not good. Because I like to talk in my vlogs and do other things than just reading books and being like, I like it, I don't like it, or whatever. But
Yes.
my
Yeah.
vlogs are very like take you with me in my life and do other things and like look at what I'm eating today or whatever. So by the time it comes down to like, here are my final thoughts, I'm like, I can't believe this is like this is an hour long and I haven't talked about as many books as I wanted to at this point yet.
I
I will be
know.
releasing a full 4 hour like what was that movie that like won an Oscar 2 years ago?
Oh my god. I don't know. I don't remember.
The one with Robert De Niro, I think, and like all those other famous people.
That was
That
just like
one.
1,000 years long.
Yeah. That one.
That one. I think the last vlog I did was almost an hour and I talked about like no, it was like 5 books. And I even remember I'm like, okay, this is like a bunch. I have to limit myself. I can't just go on and on for 20 minutes, but sometimes it's hard, especially when you hate it and then you just rant. For some reason when I'm like, it was 5 stars, it was so good. I really liked it. Then that's like way shorter than the ones that I don't like.
Literally, the lower the rating, the more I have to say about it. If it's a
Yeah,
high rating, I have nothing to say.
exactly.
Exactly. It's literally always just like the characters, the story. Oh my god, it's so good. Everybody should read this. 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
A 1-star review is like, buckle in. It's never gonna end. Also, it's The Irishman. That was what I was thinking of. The Irishman.
Oh, yes. Didn't
Yes.
watch it. Who has the time for that?
I don't have time. I'm too busy vlogging. I just can't do it.
With the Women's Prize, you could just read them all and explain who you thought should have won based on your opinions. People will always want your opinions on which ones are worth the read. This is also validating, which I think would be fun. Like this is basically my original plan was to like read the whole. I wanted to read the whole long list. Can you imagine? It's like 16 books. I can't believe I really thought I was going to read 16 books. No. And then I was like, maybe the short list. And I ended up reading, I think I've read like 5 out of the 10 that I'd like narrowed it down to because I predicted like I predicted what I thought the short list would be and then reacted to the real short list and then predicted what I thought the winner would be and then reacted to the winner, which I think was like a fun vlog. It just like kind of fell apart because I didn't actually read them all. But yes, I might still post it. You guys are kind of hyping me up. We'll see.
Post it, do it. I'm honestly at the point where like I still have an LA vlog from January that I will be posting because I'm like, life is too short for me to come up with new ideas. I already have like a billion that I haven't posted yet, and I'm just doing like throwback Thursdays where like I just post old stuff.
I
And
love
like
it.
it is what it is.
Do it.
It's
I always
fun.
think of Bo Burnham whenever I post content that I'm not sure how it's gonna do. I'm just like, Daddy made you your favorite. Open wide. Here comes the content. That's the energy. I look at my
Did you
big
find what you needed? That cashier was giving you attitude. It's it's the same when I check out of a library with like a full like giant bag, and then I'm like, hold on, there's more. Don't click the print receipt button yet. I'm still going, and they're like, do you have enough to read for the week? And I'm like, no. Thanks for the attitude. I won't be reading any of these.
What are you reading also? Did we just skip that?
Oh, I'm currently listening to Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson on
Oh,
Hoopla. This is, I feel like, one of the hello.
man.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my God, Rachel, did you just come from? Did you just come from Ghibli to here?
No, my computer's still on its deathbed.
Oh, I was like, how did you fix your computer that quick?
It's still
Well,
dead.
her computer, I don't know if you guys already talked about this, but I'm bringing it up again. Her computer literally was like, cannot compute. Like, just.
No.
In the middle of the live show. Like, we were finished talking about it, and then I was like, well, do we have any final thoughts? Because my computer's decided to kill itself. If anybody has anything else to say in the next 30 seconds, I might be able to end the live. Otherwise, I'm leaving. I can't do anything.
Literally,
it locked
she
itself.
frozen, like,
it turned it off, and I froze like this.
Oh my God.
and me and
The
Nicole were like,
drama.
thanks everybody for this amazing chat. That was the end of Studio Ghibli.
Oh
God.
Anyway, hey
oh,
guys.
wait, it just fixed itself. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Is it happening?
What have you
It's
guys
still
been
gonna take
talking
forever, but
about?
it's fine. Anyway,
What
I'm reading this. I don't know what you're
Okay.
reading, Christine, but I'm reading this.
is that?
Let me hear
No,
a rhyme.
and it said, "Let me in the library." I was like, "You wrote a book?"
This is a book that I wrote about myself. Everybody should be reading this right now. 5 stars.
like really fun writing. Like you were literally just like.
No, it is actually it's the same color as my channel, so that's really funny. No, but it's actually about these 3 kids in Brooklyn, and one of their friends dies. He gets murdered, but he was a really good rapper and musician, so they decide to basically take his music that never really was like released into the world and make mixtapes and try to make him famous as a like tribute to him. But then because like his music is really popular and people start to really like it, then people are like, well, we want to meet him. And they're like, well, he's like definitely not alive anymore. So like, what are we supposed to do? But also it's like, we did all this to honor him. And then it's like, we did it for nothing and people find out. So then what are we going to do? So they're kind of like trying to keep it going and keep the secret under wraps, while still like getting him sort of a music career at the same time.
I'm gonna say
So-
this is all kinds of illegal. This is all
Yeah.
kinds of illegal. This is not going to end well.
Yeah, it's a little stressful. I'm about halfway through it now, and I'm like, oh,
Stressed out listening to you. I'm like, oh,
what's going on?
I object, Your Honor. Anyway, what are you reading, Noelle?
I just started Fevered Star at the
Oh,
last sprint, so I'm like 12% in. But
I've
it's a
heard
good
it's-
old time.
Yeah, I've heard it's good but slow. So
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I think it's probably going to be the like middle book, set up a whole bunch of stuff kind of a situation, but I don't mind that. I'm here for the vibes.
is it going to be a trilogy?
yeah, I think
I don't
so.
know. Is it?
I think that's what she said. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm talking on my butt. I don't know. Like I know Rebecca. Hey Rebecca, is it gonna be trilogy? I feel like I read somewhere that she said yes. She said yes to the dress.
nice.
But what I was gonna say is, the first one was kind of slow. So anyone who kind of says that, I'm like, did you read Black Sun?
Did you? Yeah. Which, like, I feel like maybe because I just read the whole freaking Green Boat saga, but I was thinking that Fevered Star would be longer, and I just got the audiobook and it's like 12 hours. I'm like, that's it? Like, Jade Legacy is like almost 30. Like, that's
It's so long.
That's nothing.
Yeah. Nothing like those Outlander books, 36 hours straight.
Right. Yeah.
I remember I found the Outlander book on YouTube, and YouTube is like, how many hours it is and then how many minutes it is and everything, like, whatever. And it literally said like 01 colon like 10 colon 7, and I realized it meant like one day plus like whatever it was. So it's like
one
so
day,
long.
baby. Yeah,
what does this mean? It took me like a while to be like, oh, okay, wait.
Yeah, it's super long. I think, who was I talking? I think I was talking to Laura from Laura's Library Card because she really likes Outlander. Yeah. This was like peak when I was like reading the first book, and everybody was like, "Why are you reading that? It's so boring." And I was like, "But is it? 36 hours of pure Scottish
Joy.
Just love. Okay. Anyway.
What are you reading now?
Oh,
are you reading Outlander again?
Actually, I had an idea to do a vlog where I was like trying to find my perfect Scotsman. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna do that.
Wait, would that be like what's the books that are like the Somebody Brothers, the Bergman brothers?
Oh,
the Bergman brothers? They're not Scottish. They are Swedish.
Oh, me not having read a single one of them, being like, they're Scottish, right?
I do love them. There is the one that like I love. He's redheaded. Oh, wow, I love the Bergman brothers. Let's bring it back to all my faves every live that I'm on. You know what I mean? Like, let's just talk about it. I'm reading Winter's Orbit, and like, I just want to talk about how beautiful this book is. Like, have you seen a better looking book?
I like the pink.
It is very beautiful.
It's like pinky purple, whatever you call fuchsia, whatever, but like stunning. And the blue, I'm like,
that's a nice blue. I can tell like that's also like a better in person blue too.
Oh, 100%. You know? Like, I have never seen a baby blue this beautiful on a book. I'm not kidding.
I have never seen blue so baby before in my life.
This is Monique's book too, so I'm like, she hates it when people read stuff without the dust jacket.
She wants them to read it with the dust jacket on?
Yeah, because she's
so
like,
they can ruin it?
If you take the dust jacket off, then the book gets like smudged or whatever, right?
Oh, or like fingerprints.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know who's eating it with Cheetos.
Okay, but I guess that's true, but like,
she's just particular about her books. Okay. Anyway,
but I would just think the alternative is like you're gonna maybe mess up the dust jacket versus
right, which is my thought. You know? I'm like, save the art.
Yeah,
save the art.
How are you liking Winter's Orbit though?
I'm liking it. I thought it was gonna be more romance than it is, but I think I just haven't gotten to the romancy parts. Like, I'm literally exactly halfway. I don't know.
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
But they just got to this part where I think it's a forced proximity kind of like overnight situation without giving too much away. So I think it's about to crank up right now. But it's interesting because I'm seeing kind of almost like one of the characters being, I want to say he was emotionally abused. And so I'm like, has anyone talked about this on the internet? I've done zero research, so this could have already been talked about. But I'm like, I'm seeing like some patterns of behavior, and I'm wondering if the author did that on purpose or
like
what.
Between the main characters or somebody else?
No, like it's like previous.
Oh, okay.
It's like from another situation. And so it's like bleeding into the character because at first I thought the character was just a little like quiet. And I was like, okay, this is an interesting choice for a character. And now I'm like, ooh, the onion is being peeled back. I'm seeing layers. I'm seeing layers. So yeah, if anybody's read this book, let's talk about it. I think actually
I know Jess gave it 5 stars.
Who did?
Jess.
Oh, Jess, yeah. Which is also why I pushed it up on my TBR, because typically like what Jess likes, I like. And she was like squealing about the romance. She was like, oh my God, that's so cute, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
The glasses go on. I'm reading now.
I'm ready to party. Anyway.
Where's my background singer?
Where are my background? Don't get me back on that, because I just stopped saying that.
Oh my God.
On like my birthday. Oh, anyway.
You guys want to do a sprinty poo?
Yeah, but first, can I check out this sweatshirt that you got going on? Because I saw it on your story today, and I was like, what is this?
Oh, it's literally my grandmother's. And I was like, that is so fun, and it's so cozy, because it's before they started making cheap women's clothing. So it's Spanish Bay.
I love it.
And it's the coziest sweater I own. I'm like, it's probably like 40 years old. But
wait, is it already cold where you are now?
It's not cold. Like all day, Wes was like, oh, this weather, like there's a chill in the air. This is so nice. And I got out of the shower and was like, I'm freezing. Like I'm putting a sweatshirt on. But it's just the duality of it was 115 last week, and now it's like 70.
Yeah, I was gonna
So-
say, I thought like you didn't have AC in your place for a while or
Oh, we
something.
still don't. We still don't. It's just that the heat wave has passed us by.
Okay.
And we had like a thunder and lightning storm, last weekend. It's been a real,
God.
we've really covered all the bases on our weather bingo board this month.
I was gonna say, you've checked every box at this point in the
truly.
month.
Like, we went from the heat wave to thunder and lightning to it feels like fall, and I don't know how to handle it.
I was laughing because I was like, yeah, let's go to the pool for your birthday, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, literally, it's going to be freezing.
It's probably going to heat up again. Like, I just saw a meme the other day that was like, these are the actual 12 seasons of the year. And it's like, you go through summer, and then you go through false fall, and then you go through second summer, and then there's real fall. And it's like, oh, we're currently in false fall.
Yes.
False fall.
We get like a chill, and we're like, ooh, I need my blankets. Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Anywho.
All right. Let me put my timer back up. I did 45 earlier, but then we talked for a while. Do you want to just do another 45?
Fine with me.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Also, my computer's coming back, so I might like disappear on this device and then reappear on a different one backstage. So
He lives. Okay.
We'll see. It might take 35 minutes for my computer to fix itself, so we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, sounds good. Hello. We did it. How's it going?
Good.
Rachel's back to the laptop, I see.
Back to my laptop.
Nice. I'm 25% already into Fevered Star. After like one reading sprint.
25?
I know. It's only 12 hours. I feel so like I feel
What
like
speed are you going at?
2.25. But I almost want to say I'm gonna check. Like I almost feel like Black Sun was longer. It's just tripping me out.
Black Sun is longer, I think.
Right?
Yeah, it looks longer. Like it looks thicker, in my humble opinion.
Let me see.
I think I have the audiobook this month.
Black Sun.
Well, while you guys are doing that, Winter's Orbit is just going so well.
Oh yes?
It is so fun. Okay. There was a bear attack. Let me tell you, some fighting happened. It was crazy. And
Wait,
now we're gonna let me take care of you trope. And I'm like,
Wait. Isn't
Living.
this set in space?
uh-huh.
There's a bear in space?
They call it a bear, but it's like an oversized lizard. Like I'm imagining a Komodo
Those
dragon.
are such different things.
Yeah. Like literally the one guy was like, this is not a bear. A bear is a four-legged creature with fur. And the guy's like, bro, this is a bear. That lizard? That's a bear.
I am on the first guy's team as far as like, what do you mean a bear?
Yeah. Of course he's the one who like doesn't really live there, so.
Also, Black Sun is 13 hours as an audiobook.
Yeah, so
One whole hour more.
a whole hour. I don't know. It just it's kind of flying by.
Feels super.
But very good. How are you doing, Rachel?
Also good.
Chillin'.
I wish I could talk about this book, but I can't because most people haven't read it yet. But these people are acting foolish. I'm just like, don't do that. Don't do this. It's obviously not the time for this. But a romance is unfolding, so I can't be that mad about it.
Oh gosh.
A romance. Let me see. Let me figure out where I left off. I'm skipping around for a second there.
Oh, with
I
cannons.
think it was like here, maybe. Yeah. I've watched some of her videos as far as like prize list literary award videos. My friend Annie also makes like a yearly women's prize video that I love. I'm trying to be a literary awards gal. It just takes the commitment.
Are you making a vlog, a women's award vlog?
No, I was in the spring when it was topical, and then the deadline being like when the winner was announced, that came and went, and I'd only read like half the books, and so now I'm like, meh, like I kind of just like let it go. But I mean, there's plenty of other like awards lists that I would like to take a stab at. So
It's only been 7 months since spring, so you can still do it. It's
7 months?
not 7 months. I meant 7 seasons. I was trying to make a reference to the thing you said before, and then I said the wrong word. Silly me. But
our job to hype you up. I appreciate it.
It's true.
I love the hype.
You could always do like a list vlog, you know what I mean? Like how it'd be like the best books of whatever. If you wanted to do that, you wouldn't have to like restrict it to a time thing.
Oh yeah. That's true. I know I want to do like a past like winners of past awards. I think would be fun vlog, and books that almost won awards, you know, whatever way we spin it.
Runner-ups.
Yeah.
Who were the best runner-ups?
The best of the rest, if you will.
we'll take whatever you give us. So we're just here to be fed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Also, there's been much Ice Planet discourse already, Christine.
Yes.
So yes.
We're talking about the new book that came out yesterday?
I don't know if it's the new book or the book with the new cover or
Well,
what.
yeah, the reprint.
Yes,
I
then
guess
I think
the
that is what we were
new
talking
edition.
about. But
Yeah,
I still
number
have
4,
the binder
baby.
of the first
Number
few.
4, my lord.
Is it? Wait, what's number 4? Barbarian Alien? No, Barbarian Mine.
Barbarian Mine, I think, is the name of it.
I read
It's
that
with
one.
Harlow.
Okay, I think that's the
Harlow
last one
is
I
the
read.
main
Was
character,
Oh my gosh.
and it's number 2 on my list, baby. Number 2 is number 1, and number 4 is number 2. You get what I'm saying?
It all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Noelle,
gonna
you
get
have to
to
join
it.
us on this ice planet barbarian hype.
I know I am. I was saying earlier that I bought a long time ago the bind up.
Yeah,
what's
you
the
did.
fancy word? The omnibus.
I remember.
Yes. Of the first handful. I don't remember if it's like the first 4 or 5. And then I just never touched it. It's gonna happen. I am feeling the pressure.
I feel like you would really like it, and that's not like in a biased way. Like, I really think like you'll read the first one and you'll be exactly like me, and you'll be like, this is okay. And then by the second one, you'll be like, what's in this book? Like, what drug is in this book? Because I'm hooked. I'm hooked, baby. Okay.
And then you'll snort 16 in a row like Christine.
just a line of ice planets.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would if I could, okay. And I admit it.
Oh,
It's not a problem, okay.
Oh,
Vish!
Holy Trinity!
Just people being excited.
Oh my god,
Yes.
hey guys.
I know.
You guys are cute. Is it trilogy? Yeah, I think it's a trilogy. Yes, Winter's Orbit. I'm loving it. Okay.
So pretty. But Winter's Orbit is a slow burn or is this Fevered Star? I don't remember.
I think this is Winter's Orbit. I mean, Fevered Star is probably a slow burn as well. If there is any romance.
It's just flying by. I don't know.
I'm so interested. I'm so interested to see what this one's going to be about because I feel like anything can happen, baby.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there are already things happening. So
I've got to get on my fantasy bull. Like, I'm going to confess to you guys right now.
Yeah.
The rest of this year,
It's
about to be on like Donkey Kong. I have some books to read. Anyway.
I feel like, I don't know what happened for me, but like something snapped and I became 2021 Rachel again, where I can read a lot of books again. I don't know if maybe I just care less about what's going on at work, or if I could just read better while I'm doing other things.
Wait, when did you become not a lot of reader? Was this at the beginning of the year?
I mean, yeah, like at the very, very end of last year and beginning of this year, because I started my new job and my job is like just talking to people. I had no time to do my usual listening to audiobooks while doing what's essentially like not thought heavy work. Mm-hmm. So I was able to listen to like at minimum like a book a day usually, because I had like 8 full hours to just do like click on the computer over and over again. And like I definitely can't read to the same amount, because last year I was reading like 30 to 50 books per month, and that's why I never did wrap-ups ever. So I'm not in that territory again.
No. We are not going past that.
Straight to jail.
That's me.
Do not go straight to jail.
No wonder you didn't do a wrap up. People come for my freaking neck when I tell them how many books I read a month. No wonder you never said anything.
I never do wrap-ups.
I love it. I support you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the old me, and this me doesn't have time anymore. So I don't read that. I don't read that many anymore. Like if I'm lucky, it's like 13 to 15 books a month or something on like a good month. But this month I've already read 15.
Sheesh.
It's not even the 15th yet. So
you know how many books I've read this month?
How many?
Let me guess. How many you've completed or how many you've started?
Those are different numbers, but how many I've completed?
I'm going to say 2. No, I'm going to say 1. It's either 0 or 1. It's binary.
Well, Well, I was gonna say 2, but then as soon as Rachel said 2, it just seems not right.
It seems wrong. Like it's not the right number.
Is it 0? Is it 0?
It's 1.
Damn it.
And that's only because
A book
we
club?
did our book club live show yesterday for Translated Book Club. So that's the one I read, which I was supposed to read in August, and I waited until 2 weeks into September to read it. So
I'm still hoping that our book that we're gonna read for your book club, like I'm waiting for that to come in from the library because I'm currently on a book buying ban. So my thing is like if it doesn't come in the next couple of weeks, I have to black out the board that I'm on, which is a lot of books. So I'm getting a little stressed.
yeah, no, I haven't even started that one either. Also, don't own it. So I'm gonna have to get creative about that too. But
I mean, it was
have
a 7-week. It was a 7-week wait. I was like, is this book in demand or what?
It did just come out, so I mean that could be, but I haven't really heard people talk about it yet.
Which book is this again?
The Monsters We Defy.
There you go. The Monsters We Defy. It looks like it's from like the 1920s or like 1930s. That's what the cover.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, wasn't it like a heist or something?
Yeah, it's like a heist urban fantasy.
Yeah.
Right, but like set in like, isn't it? Or am I making that up?
No, I think it's like historical.
Oh, okay, I was like, did I just make up a whole
In the last 100 years-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember you were telling me about the like available books, and I was like, heist book, let's go.
Oh yeah, I remember your TBR, Noelle, and you were like, how is there a whole other book by somebody like the main character is also Clara who can talk to ghosts? There's also a heist in a different book.
It's truly amazing because September 4 found in translation is House of the Spirits, which is also about a Clara who can talk to spirits. And The Monsters We Defy is also about Clara who could talk to spirits. It's just weird. It's very weird.
That was a popular name back then, or what?
Well, I don't know because Monsters We Defy just came out this year, or you're talking about the time period.
Yeah, like the time period. Like, did someone literally Google search and they were like, names?
Top names, yeah. I mean,
right. And they're like, Clara, she has clarity because she's talking to ghosts. That's the character.
Clarity.
It all makes sense.
This is your book, Christine. Easier to clean off a dust jacket.
You're not wrong.
I assume that's true, but I've never had to do this. How do you clean a dust jacket?
I don't know.
Wipe it?
Just wipe it. The book, like they're right. Like Lexi's
book
right.
you'll
It would
never
be harder to clean the book. Because like once you stain that book, like I get it. I respect her decision. That's why her book is over there while I'm eating these noodles. You know what I'm saying? I'm not touching them.
This is such a good gag. Like I want you to actually do this.
Wait,
just like the little doily eggs, like the little.
Chrissy, man, did people make jokes about your name when Stranger Things came out, Chrissy? I just need to know. But sorry, not in like a mean way, but like I feel like that would happen. But I think you just wrote our next reel.
You did.
I'm gonna be like dedicated to Chrissy M, the writer of this reel.
This is Winter's Orbit, I think.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was getting that vibe. I was like, that seems.
Oh, and it will be covered by the end, so don't you worry.
Nice.
Don't you worry.
The plot directly by the end. Okay.
The bear attack is super not a bear.
Super not a bear attack.
Like the way he was like, it's a giant lizard, and the guy's like, no, that's a bear, and I was like, this is taking me out.
Easily confused, I guess. You know, bear, giant lizard.
Bear by any other name would.
It's just interesting that like, and this is just like a thing in the book, but like it's supposed to be like a giant lizard, but like they're in the middle of the snow. So I'm like, it might look like a giant lizard, but like obviously it's not because it would be dead if it was in the snow, you know?
This just made me think of the random. I don't know if you guys ever watched Lost, but in Lost, where there's polar bears. Okay, do you remember how in like the first season, I think it's like season 1, where they're just like out exploring this tropical island, and then there's like polar bears that just run through the island.
Why?
And honestly, that should have
explained.
alerted us. That should have alerted us to some kooky behavior in this freaking
Yes.
show.
That was the moment they were like, "Oh, we're lost.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
where
no.
the fuck are we?
We are lost."
That makes me want to actually rewatch that so bad. I haven't seen it in so
I've
long.
never ever seen Lost, but it feels like a very fun show to like not take seriously and enjoy.
Okay, it is really fun to not take seriously and enjoy. Wes cannot stand the show. We just watched this video essay from a YouTuber that we're both obsessed with right now about like defending the artistry of like why Lost is worth a watch. And I used it as my pitch to be like, don't you want to watch Lost with me? And he was like, no. Under circumstances.
Wait, I mean, like you can skip a lot. I'll say that. Like it's definitely gratuitous to the fact that like they made 30 episodes a season back then.
Huh. That's
But
too
I just remember being in love with this one guy in the first season. And plot twist, he doesn't make it, so I was really upset.
Yeah, there was a lot of deaths. I mean, like that was like on cable TV. Like
Yeah.
this is pre-Netflix, pre-anything. Like
Yeah.
Lost really
They just showed it to you.
so that modern streaming TV could run. I think that's my argument at least.
Yes. Yeah. And I just remember there was like a time jump at one point, and I was like, I'm not a fan of this.
I'm almost never a fan of a time jump.
It got really weird in the middle seasons, but what a time. I can't believe that was like 2005.
That was a while.
We did that on cable TV in 2005. That's pretty amazing.
Wait, 2005?
Yeah,
Were you
dude.
born yet, Rachel?
I was born, yes. What do you mean I was born?
Little baby Rachel.
She's like,
I was just
born.
barely alive at the young, ripe age of 10. Are you sure? 2005.
Not her being like, I remember 2008.
I remember
That's when
it being
joined.
on TV. I just didn't watch it.
Well, they did reruns and stuff. I'm sure you probably.
Oh my god, it was 2004 to 2010.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, I'm gonna count Noelle to know the fact.
Oh my god.
On what? Of what dates of Lost?
Yeah, like you already looked it up because you and Wes definitely have talked about it.
Oh, it's 100%. So, have you watched Drew Gooden on YouTube? We've been on this like binge of Drew Gooden's last like 4 years of videos, and we'll just send them back to each other. And I found one that Drew Gooden did on Lost, and so all of the facts that I currently know about Lost is from Drew Gooden's video on Lost.
Oh my god, I want to watch it now. How long is it? Is it like 40 minutes?
It's probably like 20 minutes. I'll find it and send it to you.
Okay, yeah.
It
I was
might
like, I'll
send you
watch
in
the
a
hell
tailspin.
out of that. Because I low-key forgot what happens at the end.
Yeah.
Can
it
I
gets
enjoy
weird.
it without any prior Lost knowledge?
Probably.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a video trying to explain to you why you should watch it, right?
Oh, it's like you should watch it, not just.
It kind of does a good. It's just like this is what Lost did for TV, kind of like a like everyone kind of shits on Lost now because nobody likes how it ended, even though the creators say that the way it ended isn't like the way that people interpreted the ending isn't what they actually did or what they wanted it to be. But because of that, people are like, Lost sucks, like meh. So Drew Gooden was like, actually, let's take a deep dive, as he does, and I loved it.
I mean, without Lost, we wouldn't have Yellow Jackets. And I'm going to tell you that show is also, but you could also argue that without, like, Lord of the Flies, we didn't have Yellow Jackets. So
What is Yellow Jackets?
only one of the best horror, thriller, whatever shows of this year, this summer.
You're so right.
That's super
Yes.
scary.
ABC. I don't know what I'm talking about, but
Yellow
still,
Jackets?
like regular TV.
Yes, it was regular TV. Yellow Jackets is about the girls who were in the plane that crashed, and they were stranded for like a year and a half.
Wait, I love Survivor.
It's
concept.
got Christina Ricci in it. Ricky?
Richie, I think.
Yeah, and Julia Lewis? That's not her name. I'm doing a disservice. Anyway. And then there's another famous woman in it. But basically, like, it's literally like Lord of the Flies with like young teenage girls. It's really crazy.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they do flashbacks, so they go from like them now to be like as adults in 2021 to like what happened in the crash, because obviously they got saved, but like all this stuff happened.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm like thinking about it again because they got a lot of Emmy nominations this year, and my roommate was like, "What is this show?" And I was like, "Oh, let me tell you, it's so good."
Noodle
Oh,
Soup,
yeah.
right? I know.
Yeah,
I got
sorry.
it.
I would like to watch. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yellow Jackets too.
Yeah, Yellow Jackets is very good.
Wow. I'm gonna
Highly
watch
recommend, but definitely gory. Oh, she was like 2 is enough. Yeah, that's okay. You know, I would honestly never have my mom read these books. She'd be
that.
like,
At least she read number 2 though.
yeah, number
that's
2 is the best,
That's the
in my
best.
opinion.
I feel like if my mom was open to romance, she would love them. Like she likes sci-fi and she likes romance. Like I feel like I don't know.
Does
I
she
don't
like
know.
romance or does she like smut?
Well, I
know
don't
that
think
they
she's
can be
ever
the same thing.
experimented. Like I don't know. I'm gonna be like, Mom, like, are you willing to take a leap of faith? Because I think she might have some fun, but it's just a hunch, you know.
I mean, yeah, just be like, have you ever had a fantasy about a barbarian? Like, how do you feel about the movie Tarzan? Yeah, let's go there first. What about blue? Like, what the color blue?
Yeah. How do you feel about the color blue?
Right.
Thoughts?
How do
You
we
just
feel
make, like, a
about like
PowerPoint of,
Alaska,
like-
like Antarctica, the winter?
Just make a PowerPoint with like these subtle hints of all the concepts of Ice Planet Barbarians.
I'll make a PowerPoint and be like, why you should read it, and I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Please do. Yes.
Honestly.
That'd be a great YouTube video.
That's a beard energy that totally made me think he was a
Oh,
white
sorry.
girl. Oh, this is about the main character in
Winter's
Winter's
Orbit.
Orbit. Yeah, because I saw fan art and it's of a black man, and I think he's Native American. I'm not sure. But I was like, why was I thinking the one main character was a literal straight up blonde white boy? I think it's because he's got like white boy energy. Like, you know, not in a weird way or anything, but I was like, why did I think he was? I guess because he's entitled.
The cover is just silhouettes, right?
Yeah. One of them has like a hooked nose, and the other one has like short cropped hair. So that's like where I was.
Huh.
You can't really tell from.
Yeah. Well, and I think in the description, like one of them is said to have blonde hair. So I was like, oh, okay. Like we're getting like a Nordic vibe. Never really explained the.
They never explain the polar
I
bears.
think it's part of the facility, but you know, whatever. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Right. Not enough. All the alien smut. The blue alien smut.
Honestly, once you get past 4, like the overarching plot really does pop the heck off. Like I'm deep in it now. I'm like, I gotta figure out what's gonna happen to the galaxy at this point.
Watching it live, we took it way too seriously. Oh yes. That's what we had to do with TV though. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Like almost all TV, I would always take like a little too seriously because I was watching it airing like every week where I was excited for it. And I was like,
Right.
oh, this is what happened.
And we did not have like half the stuff we have now. So
Yeah.
No, yeah.
like streaming like this.
Yeah, right. There was no like commentary. There was nothing.
No.
Yeah, good old writer strike season 3.
Oh my god, I forgot that happened. That's exactly why it sucked. Yes.
There was so much drama like within the Lost production. It's just wild.
Yeah, because we were all like, what the hell is this season?
Probably
What
never
is
seen a single episode. There are 2 kinds of people, okay? And I am one, and he is the other.
Honestly, I say watch it up to a certain point, you know?
Yeah.
See, that's how I feel about How to Get Away with Murder, because I also watched that when it was airing live, and I was like, wow, this is so good, until it became utter trash, where I was like, I hate this show now. And I hate
it's after like that one crazy thing happens, and then you're like, what's the whole point of the show?
Right.
You know, like,
and they were like, we'll just throw another murder in every season. Like,
yeah, like it just
got away with a murder. It's not How to Get Away with a Murder every like 2 to 6 seasons. Like, well, what are you doing? Why do you keep coming up with this stuff? By like season 3, I don't even remember what the big like mystery was or whatever, but I was like, I'm going to keep watching this, but I'm not going to enjoy it anymore. And I was right. I watched the entire thing, but it was not great.
Yeah, and this is the energy. It probably would be hilarious now in like a kind of like it's camp, like Lost is camp. You know what I mean? And now this would be so good. Like I want to go back and be like, wow, yes, the light cave, the cave vagina of life. Like that's so funny now, but we really took that to heart at the time.
Oh my god. I just remember like when I watched Lost, you know the main girl, I forget her name, but like the brown-headed girl.
Isn't it like it's like Anne or something? It's like Kate. It's Kate.
Yeah. Oh, Kate. Yeah, Kate. Wow, good memory. There you go.
Got it.
Like I've recently watched the show, so please. Kate. I remember looking her up, like, and finding out that she had an actor's website, and this was like after the show had aired, and she got booked on like a Lord of the Rings movie, and I was like, Kate, you're doing it, sweetie. You're living the life. You were on Lost, and now you're on Lord of the Rings.
And now your career can end. You've done it all.
Yeah, I was like, wow. And she had an actor's website? Like, what? I'm like, I don't know why I thought that was so
before Instagram even existed. It's just
yes. I was like, oh yeah, I'm stalking right now.
Iconic.
What's going on?
Yes.
Honestly, it's ever since we saw her in Wednesday Addams. In the Addams Family.
Mm-hmm.
She was always cool, man. And Casper? Oh, God.
Casper! Oh my God.
I was like rooting for that relationship like it was my relationship. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, you can marry a ghost, my girl. Like it's possible. Like just do it. I was.
Oh, also an Ant-Man.
Oh, she was, and then became the Wasp and Ant-Man. Yeah. She's living. Her. Kate is living.
Mm-hmm.
What's her real name?
Got quite the resume.
Quite the resume. It's probably. I wonder if she still has an actor's website. I should look that up.
Oh my God. Oh no. Well, that's
never mind.
That was great while it lasted for those last 3 minutes.
Gosh, don't you hate that when you're like, yeah, I could really champion this person?
Huge bummer.
Wah, wah, wah.
Evangeline Lilly?
Huh?
Oh, okay. Evangeline Lilly?
Oh, that is her name, Evangeline. In my brain, she's still Kate.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm like, no, we're talking about Kate.
It's like, no.
Evangeline.
No, we're still talking about Christine Ricci for a while.
John and Kate plus 8.
Good night, Jean. I think we are right behind you.
See ya.
Was engaged? Makes it. Oh, yeah. I guess it's who you know. I guess.
Dominic. Who is this person? It's not I'm not recognizing that name.
Career over. Exactly. Big
deal.
Yikes.com.
Oh, she was dating the dude from Lord of the Rings who also was in Lost. She dated that man. That's crazy.
What?
This is, I think, them together.
The drama. Wow.
Wait, they dated. They dated for real. Why am I laughing? Why is that funny to me? Am I the only one?
It is funny. Wow.
I never in a million years.
They almost got
like when y'all said Dominic, I was like, oh, it must be some tall, brown-headed man.
not that guy.
They almost got married.
Insane in the membrane.
Was this before or after The Hobbit? I need to know the timeline. I mean, that's literally what happens though. Like when you work with somebody and like you're with them for however long Lost was, like 8 seasons or whatever.
Oh, so long.
Yeah, that's a long time. And you're like working with them for like 12 hours a day.
Mary.
My favorite man.
This
Mary! You know, I saw him in an episode of Suits recently and he was so young. I was like, look at him being a co-star, doing his thing. Yeah. I always pictured tall, dark, and handsome men.
You fool of a toque.
You fool of a toque.
Ugh, Elizabeth with the timeline.
Oh my god. Okay. Guys, I played this game yesterday with my roommates and I was like, if you could tell people what your favorite quote, like your favorite movie quote is, what would it be? Do you have one?
No,
I'll give you a few minutes. The one I should have said yesterday. You shall not pass. And I didn't say that one. Okay. I said put it on my tab, which is from Dan in Real Life. Anyway, it wasn't as funny. Look at Rachel. She's gonna think of one right now.
What is a movie that I like?
Noelle, yours has to be from Shrek. Come on.
I was thinking.
Like not my gumdrop buttons. I'm making waffles in the morning.
I quote that movie on the daily. There's so many good quotes. The one that comes to mind, that's not great but hilarious, is "Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make."
Why do I know Shrek as well? I used to actually watch that movie all the time.
I watch that movie like religiously, weekly, like all the time.
Yeah, like it's very good. Even the second one, like even the third
Oh
one.
my god, so good.
Help me, I'm poor. Oh my god, I used to say that one all the time.
Iconic.
That was like my where are my background singers. Like I used to say, "Help me, I'm poor."
My other favorite quote from Bridesmaids is, "Who's driving that car?" It's like in the car.
No, and like she's like in the seat like that. That movie is so funny. Wow. I forgot how good that movie is. Yeah, they're all from comedies except for obviously You Shall Not Pass. Duh.
What is a
Sarah Connor.
Or Airplane. Surely you must be joking, or surely you can't be serious.
Wait, what?
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Really?
I just butchered it, but that's the quote. So it's something like that.
I feel like I've heard that
Have you
quote
not
like
seen the movie
a million
Airplane?
times, and I never heard it was from Airplane. I've never seen Airplane, so
That movie is also camp, and it's on the mandatory movie list.
mandatory list.
So good. I quote the whole scene. Wow. This has been a fantastic sprint sesh.
Yeah.
Thank you, mystery guests, for hopping on. That was so fun.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, what a good time. This was fun to be sprinting again. I haven't done it in a while. Airplane is a classic, exactly. I can't remember how the quote is. I think it's "Surely you can't be serious."
Yeah, that's what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
I am serious, and my name's not Shirley.
Well, I will see you all on the Flippity Flop. I think either next week or the Wednesday after. Catherine and I are going to be doing book club, and then October we'll be back to happy hour and all the other things. So good old fun times. And do you guys have any final words? Final thoughts? Final movie quotes?
I'm trying to think of a single movie other than A Series of Unfortunate
You're
Events.
still thinking of it.
What a series of unfortunate events. That's a good one. My other one that I was going to say was from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That was
Which
classic.
quote? Which quote?
It's the one. Okay, he goes, "Die, Die! Die! I can't. And it's from his vampire musical, his Dracula musical.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Forgot
It's the
about that.
puppet. It's so good.
Love it.
Anyway.
Well, I
don't
think
know. I feel like I know the whole movie. It's just the whole movie. It's
quote the whole movie.
okay. Starting right now, we start on Briny Beach. We begin. The three children are there. Mr. Poe approaches from the mist. They go, "Who's that mysterious figure approaching the mist?" I'm not gonna do that. There's so many gems in that movie, even though people didn't like it as much, and I get it. But like Jim Carrey just like embracing the kids and going like, "I will raise these children as if they were actually wanted," and like he just says like everything. It's great.
He's so funny.
Oh, another iconic quote when you just reminded me of Jim Carrey is in Jim Carrey's Grinch, where he's like thinking of his like planner.
His to-do
like,
list.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I can't cancel that again. Like,
Yeah,
wallow in self-loathing.
Yeah.
Actually, that whole movie is just
that whole movie is so good.
Gold, pure gold. Yeah, like when he has the skirt on. Anyway, we can't keep doing this.
All right, this is where we leave you. Thank you for hanging out. I will see you next time. Okay, love you. Bye.